Hello, you crazy cats. Welcome back. We are on the fourth part now, and I'm joined again with Ilaris. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
We got some stuff to show, but before we show that, we gotta do some housekeeping before we get into all the fun stuff. As some of you are aware, we are going to be doing a Q&A some point after this video. I'm not too sure when. And this is kind of your last chance to ask questions. But if you ask now, we'll make it a priority to answer your questions first. If you have any questions about the project or anything related to it, put it down in the comments. Make sure you put somewhere in the comment that it's for the Q&A. That way we know so we don't accidentally answer it like the idiots that we are, because we've done that before. Also, join the Discord server. I know you've heard me say it 20,000 times. We'd love for you guys to join and see all the cool stuff that we're doing and see what else everybody else is doing. And maybe join some Gotham Edifice online. Perhaps. Wink wink, maybe.
Yes, we have two maps that are fully playable. It's insane, and we really want more players because the max we've gotten so far is like 13. But we'd love for people to come join our games. It's like genuinely fun, especially when you have a lot of people.
We're also probably going to be making a video on it so people know what they're getting into. So everything you see down there, we're going to be taking a look at. Like, you can see a hospital, like all these roads and all these buildings. All of that with the brick sidewalk is all of Chinatown. Chinatown's probably one of the coolest areas in the city, actually. It's
Definitely the most colorful.
yeah, it's definitely the prettiest. Yeah, we're excited to show it off. But before we do that, we're gonna talk about this little interior that we made. It's very militarized in here, but it's not supposed to be. We got like
These are not turrets. These are for spotlights.
yeah, these are not gunners. So you would have like police officers on spotlights looking down, and then this would be the main control guy flying the thing.
Some animated series stuff.
They're clearly looking for the jiggler right now. He's on screen.
We also got some storage back here. Pretty epic.
Yeah,
Not much to it.
yeah, it's really simple. There's not a whole lot to show. So we were currently just up there. Some of you may recognize this little area, the museum, which was in the second video, and Junior's Pizza. Yeah, clock tower's right there. So now we're going to be exploring more this way. This is something that we've been trying to hide because it is really cool, but this is the monorail station.
So basically, we wanted to do like an Arkham Knight-esque monorail station because they have like the best monorail station I've ever seen personally for Gotham City. A lot of them are like above the street, specifically the one in Bleak Island near Ace Chemicals. It kind of goes over the top of the street. We want to do the same thing, but this one's like beefed up. Like, it's huge, lots of different ways to like get up and down, and it also perfectly aligns with the apartment building and the like glass roof. It's such a there's so much elevation over here. Also get to show off our monorail design yet again, the actual tram.
Which is really cool. I actually made these recently. I just pasted them here. They're pretty neat. They sit there nice. Fills up the space a little bit. Another cool thing about this monorail station is that it's connected to the Elliott Memorial Hospital, which is something that I wanted personally. I thought it'd be really cool if we had a hospital connected to the monorail station. And so that's what we did. So if I go down here, you can see you have the road that we talked about. Goes under the tunnel that we were showcasing in the second video, I think. And that comes up here. Got a nice big clock. You got like this little opening right here. You can see some ambulances down there, which we'll get to. We thought it would be really cool that the monorail station, when you get off at a stop, would be the hospital. That way people can access the hospital through public transportation and get to the hospital easily and leave the hospital easily. So this is like a very big, important station within the city because of the hospital being here. You can kind of see that we have a little bit of an interior in there. We'll showcase more of the interior later. But
yeah, and this part this interior isn't finished. It's more just for show right now,
Yeah.
but we have an actually finished part. We kind of we're probably going to make the entire interior. It seems like it can fit pretty well. We already have a lot of rooms laid out, but we do have a little sneak peek of what that could be. So maybe in the future we'll have like a video specifically on this hospital because there's going to be so many rooms inside of it.
Yeah. It's a very beefy hospital. Like, it has a lot to it, and we'll show that. So we were just over there at the monorail station, and down this road, you have a little, like, fire lane. This is for, like, ambulances only, so that we have these, like, little red lines to indicate that for, like, no parking. And you can see more of the hospital, and like I said, it's a beefy hospital. This thing is huge. It's got a huge sky bridge, and it's really cool. It's one of the buildings of all time. That's for sure.
It's one of the buildings of all time. I actually had the idea for extending the hospital because at first it was kind of small because it was just this side, but we had this little like island kind of left over from World Painter. I was like, why don't we just do like a Hogwarts bridge and have like a whole modern section? This would be like an extension that they added recently. It actually has like a helicopter pad and everything.
Yeah.
And we don't have an interior for that. We do have it for the sky bridge, which we'll be able to show.
Yeah.
But
So
here's the parking garage.
yeah, very Arkham Knight-esque. I kind of, in the back of my head when we were making this, I kind of had like the Wayne Tower parking garage in my head, because they have these like pillars with lights in them, and so that was kind
Arkham
of
Knight has a way of making everything like retro futuristic somehow.
yeah. So we did the same thing here, and that's the little hole we were just at, and down there that's gonna be like sewers, which we haven't made. The Ninja Turtles are down here.
They'll get a better base at some point. You know, we're gonna upgrade at some point.
Yeah, they're struggling down there. And yeah, this is our ambulance design. It's taken off a bunch of different designs that people have made, but it's kind of our design. It kind of got messed up when we retextured the iron stuff, but that's okay. It still works. It's very well detailed.
Yeah.
No,
Can we also take a look at this freaking like winding road with the tunnel? So yet another kind of like in the second video, these tunnels, man, and like these curving roads are crazy.
yeah.
You also get a little sneak peek at
Chinatown. Very cool. I don't want to show too much of it because that's like it's our magnum opus right there. We do have a little bit more to show down here. So you can go down here and walk down this staircase. And it's like a basement under the basement. And this is for like boats.
Yeah, like emergency boats.
Yeah, for like people getting stuck at sea or whatever. Originally, we didn't know what to do with this, and I think I came up with the idea of having like a boat area, like an old one that they don't use anymore. And then Eilers was like, why don't we just make it where they still use it? It's no point in making it old. And so that's what we did.
Yeah. Because this connects out to just the overall bay area over here.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense.
And it's supposed to be a really old hospital, but it's been renovated over the years to fit hospital standards. And right here we got a little elevator. We're going to be showcasing the interior. And I kid you not, we made this like 30 minutes ago. Like we just got done with this.
We just got done with it, but it actually turned out pretty good. We'll have some caveats to that because we don't have some textured blocks, but it does look pretty.
So this is the interior. We're currently in the Sky Bridge, and you can actually see out to the city, and it's really cool. See more of Chinatown. You can come down here, and this is all the new stuff. Originally, we had just the hallway, but this is all new.
Yeah.
And, I don't even know where to go first. I guess we go left.
Yeah, let's go this way.
So when we were making the exterior of the hospital, I made it my mission to have a sanitarium.
I was saying, like, I don't want to fly up and, like, show the whole thing yet, but basically it seemed very flat. Like it is gothic and detailed, but it was getting very repetitive. And I was like, what if we have this like dome part of the building? Like I think I just had it laid out, but I didn't really know what was going to be in it. And you thought it would be cool if it was a sanitarium.
So for anyone that doesn't know what a sanitarium is, old hospitals way back when thought that the cure to tuberculosis was sunlight. So they would take patients and they would put them on balconies and specifically designed rooms where they sit out in the sun for hours at a time to try and cure tuberculosis. Newsflash, it didn't work.
Yeah,
I'm
sure some of them got cancer too.
Yeah, they just kind of got skin cancer and died that way. This was kind of a cool little nod to just how old the hospital is because of the sanitarium. This fountain wasn't here, none of these chairs were here. This was just added on later. So they would take a bunch of patients and line them up and just get blasted with sun rays.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really cool. It's one of the cooler areas of the hospital. And it turned out great.
Yeah, it's awesome. I especially like all the nature and stuff that's here.
Yeah. As we continue, we got some restrooms, men and women's, and they're really simple. Just, oh, we got a Riddler trophy. And then down the hall, if you guys were in the Discord server, you probably would have seen this, because I just put it in the sneak peeks channel. We got some hospital beds. This is the only room in the hospital for now that actually has like beds and stuff for patients. But this is kind of gonna be the foundation of what every room is from now on. And this turned out great. We got like vaulted ceilings and stuff. It's awesome.
Detailed.
Detailed.
I didn't actually work on the stuff in this room, and he did a freaking amazing job. There's so much to look at.
Yeah, this is all me. Iris is doing the rest of the hospital, and I just locked in on this room. And yeah, it turned out great. I think there's supposed to be a little bathroom here, but it turned out to be a little supply closet, which works.
And then if we head over here, gotta talk about this like winding design. Like we didn't plan the interior of this at all until after the building like exterior is built, which is usually what we do. We don't really like overcomplicate it trying to think about the interior. And so like we were kind of forced to make this, but at the same time, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty unique.
It turned out great.
This is like kind of one of the main wings of the building. This is the second floor, or like I guess the first floor technically, even though it's above the ground. This is just a lot of like waiting areas. We do have, this would be like a room as well.
So here we got like the main hall, I guess. Got more seating, a lot of seating, some paintings, got the gurney. This is the elevator that we came in. We just started at the sky bridge. More rooms. None of them are finished.
This is like a collection of like the doctors who work here and stuff.
Iris made this. We were having like an existential crisis trying to figure out how to make doctors on item frames, and we just gave up.
Let's have this receptionist area that Junior came up with.
Yeah, I thought we needed something because in real hospitals around every floor and like department, there's a receptionist area to like help people find out where to go and what to do. And so they would have doctors on standby here. And so that's what this is supposed to be. And you can access it through this little door. Iris did the interior design in here. Turned out really nice. Got some papers and stuff.
We should also clarify that these lights are temporary.
Yeah, they're really ugly right now. Just ignore them.
We had a design, and because of how like compact the different floors, like they're not very tall, so we couldn't put like the lights we wanted. We're gonna retexture the lanterns, the sea lanterns, to look more like actual fluorescent lights, like the box lights.
Yeah.
But they looked really bad just by themselves, so I had to put these over them just for now.
And for the rest of the hospital, this is kind of it, unfortunately. But more rooms and stuff. Like I said, we'll probably make more of this in the future. Since
I definitely think so. There's so much room in here. There's so much stuff to put. There's also like a floor.
above us.
The third floor will actually have like a skylight out into the night sky. So that'll be interesting.
Okay, so we just exited the hospital. And we're gonna be showcasing Chinatown next.
What
But
you've all been waiting for.
yeah, what you've all been waiting for. But we gotta showcase something else first. So this is the Herald. This is nothing new. You guys seen this before. But this is the other side of it. In the second video, we kind of stopped ourselves from going out here. But now we can actually be back here. And it's just a little park next to the monorail and the hospital and Chinatown. It's like stuck in between three places.
This is like the main entrance of the building. It's got this huge like overhang and stuff.
It's very pretty. Turned out great over here. I really love the sign. And I don't think I ever mentioned this before, but this is like my building.
Yeah, this is your building.
I made this building.
While.
I made this building by myself, mind you. While I was making...
I helped with the sign and like the interior.
Okay, yeah, sure, the sign and the interior, but the building itself was all me, including the sign above it where it says Gotham Herald. And when I was making this, Ilaris was working on the Trident building at the time. This building turned out great. It's one of my favorites because of that. And
we're actually gonna sneak through it.
Yeah, we're gonna sneak through it.
We have a route planned, okay, guys? We designed a route.
So we're passing through the intersection. This is kind of the unofficial entrance to Chinatown.
That's where we started anyways. This was actually the first building we did, which went through multiple iterations. It was like the first time we were trying to actually transition into Chinatown. It was not going well at first, but we figured it out eventually.
And now it's a lot better. Building turned out a lot better. And right here we have this block. This is kind of the first official block of buildings that we made. And because of that, since we didn't know what we were doing, it went through a bunch of iterations. So much so that we deleted we didn't delete, we moved the old block into the graveyard, and I made a completely new one because I didn't like the old one. The first official block, one of the cooler buildings in Chinatown's right here. It's got this little like overhang to it. Very nice. Right next to it, we got a little homeless camp with some like destroyed cars and stuff and some tents. I think that's a fridge. Over here, same thing, just more tents, more shelters, some fires, some sleeping bags and stuff. It's very cool. It's where like some homeless people can come and get away from the world, hide themselves. And it's right under the highway, which gives the highway some pizzazz, I guess.
All right, so we're coming around to the actual like central Chinatown, no longer in transition period. You can see a little bit. This isn't actually all of Chinatown. This is only like 2-3 blocks, I guess, of Chinatown on this side of the highway. But actually, we're gonna have like an entire like bigger section on the other side of the highway. And you can see a little bit of it. Junior is working on this like crazy entrance to, what did they call that street?
Gate Street.
Gate Street, yeah. So we're gonna have like a Gate Street, which Chinatowns usually have in like every city. You'll see a little bit of like something in there that we'll get to eventually. It's probably the highlight of this video. Over here, we got this building. I think I designed the front of this one, and it's right next to the on-ramp to... You see a little bit of the bridge, can't you?
Yeah.
That'll be in a future video.
Yeah, we can't showcase too much of that. You can see more of it if you join the Discord server. Wink, wink.
There's a bunch of different buildings. We should probably let's talk about this gazebo first. This was like one of the this is probably the first thing we ever did
It
for
is.
Chinatown.
It is the first thing we ever did. We didn't know what to do. We knew we were gonna be in Chinatown, so we had this little like plot of grass, and we just made a gazebo that was like Chinese themed.
We were like thinking about because we designed the roads and we were like, can we fit a building here? And it was just too small, and it'd be very bizarre to have this one block be a giant hospital and then a super small building. So we were like, let's just have it be a park. Turned out to be one of the cooler areas. This would be like central Chinatown, I guess you would say.
Yeah, it's like downtown Chinatown. Hey, that's got a ring to it. You can also see that we have all the street signs with their simplified Mandarin characters. At least that's what Google says. I don't know if those actually translate, but I'm hoping they do. We have this little building here. It's got a little interior. It's just a simple, like, medicine store that's like old-fashioned Chinese medicine. And yeah, it's very cool in here. It's got like medicine using the invisible item frames that we have on the shelves, and yeah, pretty neat.
Before we go to the next block, we did somewhat look at this building. Again, this is like the monorail area. This was a really cool building. I designed the layout for it, and we all kind of worked together on the color scheme, which usually sandstone does not work out, but it looks really freaking good for this area.
Yep.
And we decked out the bottom with stores. Before, it was a little bland over here, so we just put in a bunch of tiny just stores. You can't really go in them, but it kind of just decorates things.
Yeah, this building's very Arkham Knight-esque. Reminds me of that one building above the gas station near GCPD. I'm just happy that it actually like fits within the city, because our city is very black. It's a lot of blackstone, and this has like near none of blackstone. It's all at the bottom, so all of that at the top is like stone brick and sandstone. And it turned out great. So you can see more of the hospital that we were at earlier.
This is my favorite. I love this view of the hospital. Like, this is one of my favorite areas to sit in the city, just because I don't know, like, the hospital turned out so great with that sky bridge. It's like super neo-gothic. That little jutting out bit on the newer side of the hospital, you can see a little bit of the helipad as well.
I'm actually
poking out.
I'm gonna fly up there and showcase it.
Yeah, let's showcase that.
So,
This area it's just a neat little calming area.
yeah, so here's the helipad. Here's an elevator that I added because we needed one for it to make
The
sense.
GCPD lockup elevator, actually.
Yeah, it's the one from Arkham Knight. Yeah, it's a very cool building. This is like our mega building within.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest ones other than Elliott Plaza, but we don't need to talk about
Yeah,
that.
that we gotta be hush hush about that.
That thing's too big, like it's a problem.
And down here, we got more Chinatown to show. Got this little alleyway right here. What did I name this alley? Parkhurst Alley. And down here we have Ilaris's little plant shop that they made.
Yep. So I really wanted this, and it was genuinely like super challenging. We can look at it now, and it's gonna look not as good as it would look in RTX, but there's a specific vibe I wanted to get with the store. It's supposed to be kind of like dark and just tons of detail, lots of plants to look at, little vivariums, whatever. Just tons of detail in here. It looks way better in RTX, I will say. Is it possible for you to go in RTX to look at this?
I mean, I could try. Oh my god. Ilaris,
What happened?
I am seeing hell on earth. I am Daredevil. It's okay. It's
That's
gone.
not good.
It's gone now.
Yeah,
Cool.
so this shop looks way cooler in RTX. I designed it specifically for that, and we'll probably have an image on screen of that. This whole neighborhood looks insane in RTX. We should probably have some kind of like video showcasing a lot more of the city in RTX. I don't really know. Maybe that's something people want. Which way do we want to go? We need to show the bookstore, of course.
Yeah, so this is my building. I based it off a building in Ireland. I'm not too sure what the building was. It had this like really cool like window that juts out and these two side windows, and I thought it was so cool, and I put it on this building. And it was so extravagant for it being like a back alley that I just made it a bookstore. And you can kind of see in there. And yeah, it's just a nice little bookstore. Got some nice lamps. Nice chairs.
Cozy.
Very cozy. Okay. Do not read the book. Do not read the book. Do not read the book, bro. This city is cursed.
It's like a coin toss looking in a book in
Yeah,
the city.
it's a 50-50 of whether or not you're gonna actually have something crazy in there.
Yeah, let me talk about
yeah,
that.
you take the lead on this one. I got nothing to say.
Actually, a fun fact. At first, I designed the layout for this part of Chinatown, these two buildings. It was fine, and I was kind of doing it. I think it was always mud brick, if I remember correctly. And it was just that. There was no like Chinese elements to it. Like all the roof and like the walkways you're seeing, they weren't there. At some point, I was just like, this isn't working. Like this just was not working. It didn't look like Chinatown. And it was really hard to implement Chinatown elements. So I took a huge risk by looking at the Arkham Knight Chinatown. There's this area that has a lot of these like walkways with these like Chinese overhanging roofs, and I wanted to do kind of the same thing. I guess you could also compare it a little bit to Lego DC Villains because they had a lot of little like walkways around, and I just went with it and added these walkways. I thought everyone would hate it, but it actually turned out really well.
Yeah,
Really good.
I told Eilers to keep going. As you can see, like you couldn't really see from down there, but like as you can see, this is great. This is really cool. And the roofs and the walkways and stuff. It's just so neat. And it's right next to this like this bay area next to the hospital. You got some like seats down there and plants and stuff. It's really cool. It's got this really cool vibe over here. Showing more of the bridge. You can walk up here, walk around, and there's some shops up here too that we can showcase. So right here we have this little shop that I made. This is supposed to be like a pawn shop. I don't know if there's a real easy way to get in there.
I don't think you need to get in there, honestly.
Yeah.
You can kind of see everything.
But there's like shelves and like pots and lamps and stuff. And then over here there's this other shop. It's not a whole lot to this. I was actually making this when I was watching the Barbie movie.
No way.
No, I'm being dead serious.
This area is just watch a movie and build.
Yeah, it was turn off your brain. So I made this watching the Barbie movie. I think Garrett was supposed to make a shop over here. And then just
It's currently closed down.
and then just didn't.
Yeah. Screw that guy.
Screw that guy. Got an anarchy
Actually,
logo on the wall.
Yep, anarchy, of course. Comes back down into this like dirty alleyway. There's actually a shop here that I designed. It doesn't have an interior. Might want to do that eventually. It's got these window wells actually.
Yeah, the egress windows.
Yep. Nothing in there yet. Maybe we'll add something there in the future.
Another cool thing. This was like Harry's 2 cents. He didn't make it, but he gave the idea. We have this little like gazebo roof thing. It's supposed to be like a smoking area. But it has like such a nice vibe up here. You got a nice view of the bridge, kind of, not really. The big
It
ass.
got blocked by the monorail.
It got blocked by the monorail.
We could probably talk about that in the bridge video, but the monorail was a freaking nightmare over here. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we spent like multiple days trying to figure that out. But whatevs. You're probably looking at that and you're like, what is that? And I'm not gonna show you because we're gonna go the other way to show you.
We're not gonna show you, but we are gonna show you.
Yeah, we're gonna show you, but we're not gonna show you. So currently we're under the bridge right now. And you got like these really cool Chinese lanterns above you. You actually got a walkway up to the bridge, and you can like access the underside of it. I'm not gonna show too much of it because that's gonna be its own video. But the main attraction, this is the magnum opus of this area. I'm not too sure who came up with the idea. I'm 99% sure it was you. However, it was my idea to make it like super like metal in there, like just a ton of metal and like a ton of like stones and stuff. So this is the marketplace.
The
And
Minecraft marketplace.
not the Minecraft marketplace. the Chinese marketplace. This is really cool. We actually wanted something like this on Gate Street, but we just didn't have room to do
Gate
it.
Street wasn't even really a thing. Like at the time, we didn't have much space, and so we were like, I was like, let's just like build something underground just to like fill in the space, and it could be cool. Add more elevation. It's very fantastical.
Yep.
It's so detailed.
It's
So
so
this flower cart, man, this is Junior's magnum opus. Like this is the best thing he's ever built.
okay. I don't know about that, but yeah, this is pretty cool. This is the first cart that I think I made. If not that, it was this one right here.
This one's not as good, but we don't talk about that.
This one's like cloth and fabric. It's got like advertisement signs. And yeah, so there's different like marketplace carts for different things. Here you got like bags of holding something, I don't know, and then you have like melons and stuff. This is another one of mine. This is like my favorite cart that I made. This is like a makeup one. So these are like makeup bottles and stuff.
I like that.
That one's my favorite. It's got like its signs hanging up with this like Chinese-esque.
What is this one supposed to be?
This one, I think this is supposed to be like glasses and hats. So these ones, this was supposed to hold the glasses. And yeah, this was my best attempt at that. Aside from that, we got the main middle attraction that Ilarus made.
It's a huge sushi bar.
Yep.
Just goes around the whole thing. This area would be filled with people all the time. Like it's a, I want to say it's a tourist attraction, but the locals here, this is where you go to chill out and talk to everyone. And just sushi bar, it's like running at all times pretty much.
Yep.
And then there's this other section. We got the firework section.
Yeah, this
could explode at any minute.
This is the scariest part of the city. Anyone could come on the world and just blow this up with that one TNT block, but we're taking a risk. We got the painting one.
You added a new one.
Yeah,
Nice.
I added the big one. I think Ilarus made this one. I think.
Yeah, I did. I made this one. I think I made this one as well.
Yeah.
You made this one.
This one was just supposed to be food, just holding like
This
apples.
is just like random item, like kind of like a antiques, just random stuff.
Yeah.
You got like old discs.
I don't even know what this one is. I don't think I made it. This was just
I made
says
this
candles.
one. I think it's literally a candle cart.
Okay. Then that makes sense. Right above everything, we have this like little walkway. That's like dangling off the ceiling of the highway. It's like this big metal sarcophagus almost. And we got one more thing to show. This is where we were earlier. So that's out to the city, which is really cool. It's got a little balcony. A good friend of mine, Jrod, wanted his little shop here. And since he did help with the world here and there, I decided to give him his own little shop. So this is his noodle shop. This is the most recent addition to Chinatown. And this is so cool. I pretty much did all of this. Aside from like, Jrod did help me with the kitchen a little bit. The kitchen turned out great. This just has such a vibe to it. It's very like cyberpunk almost. Like I feel like I could see this in cyberpunk.
It's great. I love that there's like industry and like pipes at the top.
Like I said, it's very industrial, very metal. A lot of like foundation stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Very neat. It's a very neat area. And you can exit through these sides over here, these little staircases.
Hopefully we'll have a lot of stuff to show for future Chinatown. Like it's only going to get bigger. In fact, we're like going to extend the land on the other side to fit more Chinatown. So we thought this was going to be most of it, but it's actually, there's going to be more Chinatown on the other side.
Yeah, way more Chinatown. And that's gonna be where Gate Street is, so like that's gonna be where all the fun stuff will be. And I'm gonna fly up just a bit, just showcasing everything. All the cool little stuff. A lot of detail. As
Bexley is
always.
done. Bexley District done. Kind of, sort of. Is the other part of Chinatown Bexley?
I don't think it is. So Bexley is officially done. We don't have to touch it anymore until we do. But for right now, we don't.
We add stuff.
Yeah, for right now, it is done. Everything you see, we have officially finished. This is... How many years of work is this?
2 or 3?
2.5, 3 years. 3 years of work just on this area alone. And we can finally say that we are done with it.
But that is why we need your support. We need you to encourage us to keep going. It's really hard, especially recently. We've been super busy and we haven't been able to build as much, and we haven't been able to like devote a lot of time to the channel. We've had ideas of like shorts, shorter videos and stuff, and this is kind of all we have time for at the moment. But if we had more of an incentive, we would definitely get more involved. So in the future, we'll have more information about like what we're talking about. Probably we want to focus on like donations or something. We might even make the map free to download. We just need to have some kind of support with these videos. Hopefully we can like monetize the channel at some point. We can't do that yet, so spread the word. Get us to like, I think we need 600 subscribers and like a lot of views to be able to monetize this channel.
Yeah.
So any support is welcome, and please stay around in the future. Just because this district is done doesn't mean we're done. Like this, we're gonna speed up from here. The next thing we're gonna focus on is probably Arkham Asylum and Park Row. So we want to like finish this whole island, which has never been done before. For me personally, people have finished islands before, but I've never seen a Gotham with this much detail. Like this is insane. There's I can't even count how many interiors are in this Gotham, and have an entire island with hundreds of buildings on it would be insane. And that's not even the whole city. Like there's so much to do. So please support us, join the Discord server, subscribe, spread the word. We really want to keep doing this, but we need your support.
The next couple of videos are going to be a little bit slower, unfortunately. I am sorry. You know, it's just like we're getting busy. We have jobs. Schedules are hard, and trying to get this video recorded is hard. Finding time to build is even harder. The next couple of videos are going to be coming out way later. Probably have like some smaller videos here and there just to give you guys something. So I think that's it from us for now. We're going to be going into hiatus for a little bit.
Other than the Q&A, we'll definitely do that soon.
Yeah, the Q&A is going to be happening soon. So if you have any questions about this project and anything in the future, anything that you are excited for us to do, anything that you would like answers to, we will answer it for you. Just ask in the comment section. Make sure that you have Q&A somewhere in the comments so we know. And yeah, anything you want to say, others, before we disappear?
I think that's it. Yeah.
I think that's it. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And of course, stay tuned for more content. And we will see you then. Bye-bye.
See you later.